Hey guys, it's your girl Tamika, your online hair care teacher, back again with yet another hair video. And today I'm going to be talking about my HRT experience. So by making this video, I am in no way bashing HRT. I'm just simply telling you about my personal experience with HRT and its side effects. So what is HRT? It's a hormone replacement therapy. It supplements hormones where natural hormone levels get lower. This usually happens with age. HRT treats symptoms that are associated with menopause in women. Some symptoms may include low libido, irritability, hot flashes, night sweats, anxiety, insomnia, and many more. All the symptoms I mentioned here are the ones that I personally was experiencing. So I chose to do HRT because my life was simply miserable and I could no longer function with my ongoing menopause symptoms. I just couldn't take it anymore. And so with months of research, I decided to go with HRT in the form of pellets that will be inserted into my lower hip area and actually like the top of my behind. Okay. So in the beginning, everything was great. I was sleeping better. The hot flashes stopped altogether and I was more upbeat and so on and so forth. I didn't start noticing the negative side effects until about 6 months into my therapy. And that's when it went downhill for me. Now, as of today, the previously mentioned positive parts of the HRT are still in effect, but the one negative one, the big one, is my hair loss. So the hair loss started at about 6 months in, and my hair just started coming out in clumps. And my hair has thinned tremendously, and it's really a form of shell of itself. So I have some patches that are balding, and my hair just feels and looks like sparse and thin. I've lost a lot of the density that I had formerly. So because of the hair loss, I have to start a new hair journey to get my hair back into shape. And so far, I've stopped the HRT, but I have to wait until it completely absorbs from my body, which I don't know how long that will take. I just have to patiently wait and do what I can until that happens. Whew. So I'm not saying that everyone that gets HRT will have this experience, but I am telling you mine. Just do your research and ask your doctor questions. And if something doesn't feel right, then maybe it's not for you. So I want you guys to not only follow me along on my new healthy hair growing journey, but I want you guys to join me in my 90-day hair growth and length retention academy. This is a place where you will learn all about proper hair care and length retention. So if you want to grow longer, stronger, and healthier hair and get past the hair setbacks and breakage and start seeing health and length, join me. I'll put the information in the description box below. Now on to the video. HRT ruined my hair. Literally, when I took out my protective style and I washed my hair. I detangled it first, I washed it, and my hair was coming out in clumps. It thinned out so bad. Just look at how thin it is. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. There's no thickness to it left whatsoever. It's just so upsetting because I've been growing my hair for the past couple of years and it's almost as if I got to start over again. So if you can see here, my ends are totally see-through, and that's simply because my hair was coming out in clumps. So there's no thickness up here at all. It's just like limp hair. Like all of my thickness is gone. So it's probably going to take me about 18 months to get everything together to restore my hair back to its former glory. But I got to do what I got to do. And my hair was never really like super thick anyway. So the hormones just kind of just messed me like completely up. And this is one of the terrible side effects I was hoping that I did not experience. But I'm going to tell you what, them hot flashes was kicking like chicken. So your girl had to try to do something about it, but I didn't want this to happen. The things that we as women have to go through to try to maintain balance. I'll tell you what, being middle-aged is fantastic, but the hormonal imbalance, the hot flashes and all that stuff that comes along with it are not. So healthy hair makeover. So I'm going to take you guys through the process of me doing a healthy hair makeover on my hair. I'm not going to be doing a big chop. I'm going to be doing just as I would do in the salon when I was a hairstylist. I would do healthy hair makeovers on my customers. I would never have them come in and cut all their hair off all at one time because I was not trying to like traumatize them. So I'm gonna do my hair the exact same way so I can show you guys that it is possible to repair and restore your hair without cutting it all off. You don't have to do that. You just take patience. So y'all just stick with me and let's go on ahead and go for this ride. Pray for me, y'all. Okay, so I have been in a protective style for a couple of weeks. I just did some braids and wore wigs for a while. And it's been about 3 months since I took my braids out initially. And I have not trimmed my hair at all. Remember I said that I was going to be doing a healthy hair makeover as if I'm my own client, like I used to do in a salon. And I would never, like, whenever they came to the salon, well, let's say rarely ever, because sometimes I would trim. But for the most part, I would not trim their hair on the first visit, and I would just put it up in the protective style, and then we would start trimming after the first protective style. And so that's what I'm going to do today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm getting ready to rub air in my hair so it can be as straight as possible and get ready for the trim. So I'm really anxious to see what those ends are looking like. I have finished rubbing airing my hair, and this is how it looks. And yes, it has thinned out tremendously. It's been roughly about 3 months since I recorded the first part of the healthy hair makeover. Like the beginning, when I saw that my hair had deteriorated from the HRT, and it has changed a lot since then. It does seem a little bit fuller to me now, but I have 3 months worth of new growth. But fuller here, not here. So what I'm gonna have to start doing is I'm gonna have to start cutting the ends of my hair until the healthy hair grows in. So I'll cut some will grow in, I'll cut some will grow in, I'll cut some, and some will grow in. In the meanwhile, while I'm doing all that, I'll still be shampooing and deep conditioning my hair and moisturizing regularly so the hair that comes in will be healthy and nice while I get rid of all the other hair that's not as healthy. But it's just kind of sad that, you know, you think you're doing something good for yourself and it winds up backfiring. Here's my ponytail, it winds up backfiring. And you have to like start your hair journey pretty much all over. Even though I'm not starting over in a sense, but I am, because I have to grow all of this off and start new. So it's probably gonna take at least a couple of years to get my hair, you know, back full and thick again. So I'm gonna go ahead and start trimming my hair because it just needs it. And I'm gonna do just like I used to do in the salon. If you guys know it, I am a former healthy hair care specialist. So I'm doing what I would do to my customers' hair to my own hair to show you guys that it truly does work. So I have my shears and I have my cutting comb. And really in actuality, and you guys have heard me say this before, I'm actually getting ready to cut my hair because it's going to be more than a ½ inch, as I always say. A trim is a ½ inch or less, but sometimes I'm going to be cutting a ½ inch to 2 inches, or maybe even a little bit more. I'm not going to go too deep because I want to wait like another 3 months before I do another trim, so you guys can see how it is possible to not cut all your hair off and still like your hair grow in healthy. So you can cut a little bit and then let some grow in, cut a little bit, let some grow in. I want you guys to see like the process of it because it does work. Even though I know a lot of people say that if you don't cut it, then it's going to split back up. It is like a lot of truth to that, but then it doesn't happen as quickly as people want to make you believe that it does. So as long as you're taking care of your hair, then you're not going to run into the problems that you would have if you know, don't trim your hair like immediately, because it's just really traumatizing, like having someone come in and sit in your chair and say, for instance, like if you look at my ends, the ends of my hair, I literally could probably cut that much off all at once. Like that's a lot of hair for somebody. It's not for me because I really don't care about that. I'm just doing this for you guys because I would love to go ahead and cut this off because it like drive me nuts. But I wouldn't do that to a person. I wouldn't cut off. That's literally like 5 inches of hair. I wouldn't cut that off. What I would do is, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and cut maybe that much off. But we'll see in a second. I can be a little bit more generous with me because it's me, but for somebody else who was sitting in my chair and actually paying me money to help them get their hair healthy, I would never on the first try, not on the first try, but on the first setting, the first like session that we have to cut off like that much hair. I wouldn't take them from like, you know, armpit length up to shoulder length. That I just would never do it. You know, that's too traumatizing. Even if they're still going to protective styles, people are really attached to the hair. But I can ramble on about that like 1,002 times. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go through and just look and see what's what. I know my ends are bad. I know they are. Yeah, and I'm gonna say this too, because there's always gonna be somebody who got something to say. You do it your way, I do it my way. And my way works because I have plenty of pictures and proof customers who have actually sat in my chair and done healthy hair makeovers and have grown their hair to ear length, broken up damaged hair to down their back. So, okay, we getting ready to do this. All right. Oh, and another thing too is the HRT session that I had 3 months ago is going to be the last one I do because I'm not going to be going through this with my hair again. I'm getting too old for all that. I need to save as much of my hair as possible because I ain't trying to be going through no woman pattern baldness and all that stuff. So if I have to suffer with hot flashes and all that, it'll be all right. Eventually, menopause will pass, but I would love for it to pass with some hair on my head, okay? All right, no more rambling. So whenever I trim, I do like to part my hair in sections, okay? This is the beginning. This is how it looks. Let's pull it down and see where it pulls to. It's like just above my bra strap, and before it was below my bra strap, so about two inches. I cut off all around. Yeah, it just feels, just with the 2 inches, it feels so much better. Oh, and now we're on our way to thicker, longer, healthier hair. So I'll do another trim in about 3 to 4 months. Here's my ponytail. I'll be able to wear it without being too embarrassed, even though I still have probably, I would say, about 3 more inches of hair to go before it gets to the thicker parts of my hair. But it is what it is. Healthy hair makeover in the house. Yes, feeling so much better. Woo, look at that. Look at that. All right, Tamika, be patient, as you want to cut it all off, but for the masses, to show them how it's done, we're not going to do that. Okay, so it's been a couple of months since I did like the first trim, and I trimmed about 2.5 inches all the way around my head, and this is what my hair is looking like. if you look closely, you can still see that I have a lot of thinness like towards the bottom. And then when I looked at my scalp, I actually saw a couple of areas. I don't know if I can find it, but I saw a couple of areas on my head where it was like very thin and almost like I have some bald spots. The shedding has decreased tremendously. Like before it was coming out in clumps, like super duper clumps, which was very discouraging. I literally would have like clumps of hair. I can't explain it. Just like when I was shampooing my hair, just falling out all at once. And like that can be so scary. Because I don't want to be bald. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, people if they choose to be bald, but that is not my choice. So I would like to have some hair on my head. It doesn't even have to be like this super long hair, just, something. Okay, so when I'm looking at this, it looks like I probably need to cut off maybe about 5 more inches of hair to get up to the thicker parts, because I have been, like, I started restoring my hair, I would say back in October, and now it's February. So I have a lot of, like, new growth that has come in, thickness has come in. And so it gives the appearance of my hair being thicker. But like when it's wet, I can see still like a little bit of stringiness to it, like some thinness. But I got a long way to go. Probably another 1.5 years of growing before my hair is fully restored back to where it was previously. But that's okay. I mean, we live and we learn. And I have started taking care of my hair with kid glove, and I've decided not to go back into any type of long-term protective style so I can monitor my hair. But in the meantime, I'm going to be doing my routine, shampoo and deep conditioning regularly, at least once every 2 weeks, sometimes once a week, depending on how I feel. I was taking my supplements, including iron and my hair vitamins, and eating better and drinking plenty of water and exercising is what I'm doing, and trying to keep my hands out of my hair. That's something I've always struggled with, like hand and hair disease. But for the most part, I'll be wearing like semi-protective styles and just tying my hair and getting it out of my way so I won't be touching it all day long, because that's like a problem of mine. I mean, I still have like a pretty good amount of length there, but I did lose a lot of length and a lot of hair because of the HRT. But we live and we learn, and I'm just here to like spread the word and give you guys my experience of HRT. Like if you've ever had it done, you may not have any of these issues. And this was not my issue in the beginning. This didn't start until like, I would say the second half of me going through the course of the HRT. But thank God that I was able to save as much of my hair as possible, because if I had to continue on doing, the treatments, my hair might be looking like even more stringy. But it's looking a lot better, a lot healthier. It feels softer, it feels moisturized. And I'm just thankful that I have like the skills and the knowledge to be able to, notice what's going on with my hair before it gets like too far gone, because there's a lot of people out there who, they just don't know what's going on with their hair. They don't know what to do. And it just kind of suffers, and they wind up losing way more hair than what I lost, because I still have hair like, I still have hair that's at least a good solid shoulder length. I really don't know how long it is. I really don't think about it that much. I'm just thinking about health. But if I want to pull a little bit down, I guess it's like past my armpit, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Past my armpit, at least. But my goal is waist length. But yeah. I don't even know what to say. One thing I do want to say is, if any of you guys have had experience with having to get hormone replacement therapy, and you've had experience like any negative side effects, including hair loss, not just hair loss, but other side effects, I would love for you to share your story with me, because I thought that this was going to be a good thing, because they said it was all natural, and they said that I should have some side effects, but they shouldn't be like that big. And I don't think that my side effects have been like major. I mean, I've gotten stuff like rashes, like unnatural rashes and discoloration, hair on my upper lip. I've gotten that, some extra hair on my legs, My armpit hair grows a little bit faster. And of course, the biggest side effect of all was like the super hair shedding. That's crazy. Like the first 6 months, I wasn't having anything like, but I don't know what happened, but the clumps, and the thing is, I didn't change anything. That was the only thing that changed. And so seeing those clumps, I just could, it was just too much. Y'all, this is just a warning message. I mean, I'm not telling you that if you think that it's for you to not do it, but I am telling you what my experience with it is. So you can at least be informed and aware, because that's the best thing, is being aware of something before you make your decision. Because I did all my research and stuff before I made my decision, and because I was so miserable before I started HRT, and I was literally like having hot flashes every day, all day long, and I was just miserable and I couldn't function. I had to do something about it. I don't know how this is going to affect me once it finally wears off. Is my body going to go back to what it was doing before, when it was just unbearable, hot flashes all day. I couldn't sleep at night, tossing and turning, night sweats, all the other stuff, emotional, lots of anxiety, all that stuff. I don't know if I'm going to return there, or is it just going to be like an over the hill thing where my side effects are, I mean, like the whole menopause side effects just kind of like cease. That would be nice if the menopause side effects just ceased. That would be fantastic. They just go away, because they're miserable. I was literally miserable. So guys, literally, because 2022 is a year of restoration for me, my hair, I am starting a challenge, and I want you guys to join in the challenge with me. And if you guys don't know it already, the people who have just met me, I am an online hair care teacher. I'm a former hairstylist. I'm a former salon owner. And during the course of the time when I was doing hair in the salon, I specialized in helping women with hair issues, damaged hair, hair that wouldn't grow, hair that just wasn't up to par. I specialize in helping revitalize hair and help women grow their hair from short to long. And when I say long, I don't mean just like shoulder length. I mean like super long lengths, like, you know, bra strap length, waist length, hip length. And that was just a pleasure of mine to be able to help people that way, because I know that a lot of women, their hair is like their crown and glory, and they wanted to see lengths, you know, that they just didn't think they could get. And so they would come to me and I would help them. Now, during the course of the time, it would take, you know, 2, 3, 4 years to do it, but we did get them there, because y'all know the hair doesn't grow overnight. It's a process. So I was there to coach them and help them through the process. And I want to continue that on and coach and help you guys through the process and teach you how to, you know, grow your hair and have long, healthy hair too. And I've actually had people come in and watch my videos and take classes that I've done before, and I've gotten really good feedback. And so this is something I want to continue on. I want to help as many women as possible grow their hair long, strong, and healthy. So I'll be putting information in the description box below about the challenge, so you guys can go on ahead and get signed up, because it's going to be starting really soon, and I'll put the exact dates and everything in the description box below. But just be informed that HRT is not for me. But if you make the decision to do HRT, you know, that's really up to you. Use your own judgment and do your research before you do it, because it might not, you know, pan out the way that it panned out for me. But I'm just here to inform you and warn you about what happened with me, so you could have like another factor in your choice before actually getting the procedure done. Because once it's done, you know, it doesn't come out until it wears off. So it is what it is. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic, amazing day. God bless you, and take care.